The story starts between the battle between two great houses, who's waving their banners on either sides. A woman is seen chained to a stone altar named Kismi, where she is surrounded by several powerful mages, enchanting some magic ritual. Actually, the continent of ancient Japan is currently facing plague. Against the evil giant demonic dragon, Zath. This is the most powerful dragon, and no one has ever been powerful enough to stop it. There are two mages who people depends on, and together they gave birth to a baby boy, named Hiro. One night when all the fighting stopped, these two mages told everyone that they need to seal the dragon tonight before it's too late. So all the soldiers and cloaked men stood together, waiting for dragon to appear and finally sealing it. Once the purple moon is out, Hiro's mother, a famous witch, purposely set herself up as bait, pretending to sacrifice herself to attract the dragon. Just then, two claws raised from the ground, and a giant shadow forms around the ritual, and Zath finally awaken again. When he does, he lets out a giant roar, and proceed to attack Hiro's mother Kismi. But at this moment, she quickly uses a spell and unleashes herself, and pulls out a sword. Just then Hiro's father named Bairo transforms into his true form and begin the sealing ceremony. Meanwhile, their son Hiro also get there and holds a holy mirror. Together they starts the sealing process, forming the giant protective bubbles around the beast. Bairo starts punishing and capturing the giant dragon for all the accidents he did. However, suddenly Bairo is struck by an arrow in his back, causing him to fall and bleed out. Kismi tries to approach him, but he stops her and insists that they need to continue the sealing ceremony, or else the dragon will devour their land. However, Zath breaks out of the sealing magic and proceed to attack Hiro. But while Zath tries to attack Hiro, his father uses a spell with his hand saving the boy. But this causes Hiro and dragon to have a permanent scar on their chest. Right after that, the dragon uses its flames to destroy the entire ceremony, leading to a large explosion, which leaves only one boy alive, which is Hiro himself. Because of his father's protective spell, many years have passed, and Hiro has now grown up a bit, clocked up and carrying a giant sword. He keeps walking until he arrives a new city, where everyone is being checked by the guards before entering. However, the guard was shocked upon looking into Hiro's eyes, and lets him enter without any problems. As he go inside, he looks around different mysterious people, who somehow seems very different to him. Suddenly, a girl who comes somewhere from up, announces the arrival of a lord named Namboku. He arrives on a chariot surrounded by many guards and soldiers. Namboku starts throwing copper coins towards the people, who collects the coins thrown towards them. Hiro also tries to pick one up, but one of the boy named Peshet steals it. But the group of city boys tell Peshet not to take Namboku's money, because this is the same money he has taken from them. The boy also notices a grand troll in his chariot that supply him all the money and wishes, and he want to steal it. But the boys tell him it's impossible, and tell him that they need to leave now. However, Peshet stays behind and wanna actually steal the grand troa, and climbs onto the chariot, but Lord Namboku notices it. Meanwhile, Hiro looks at a portrait on the street and starts wondering something, while he see a man on side keeps talking about how a man earlier saved their city, and he claims that he got a rare crest, which descended from the hero who defeated the evil dragon. He tells the twisted story, but the crest he is holding is real. Just then, one of the boys from the street thieves gang snatches the crest away from the man, runs away, but the merchant had a giant bodyguard, who grabs the boy in his hands and raises him up in the air. The merchant orders the bodyguard to punch the boy, but before he could, Hiro appears just in time, and puts his massive sword on his face, and tell the bodyguard to leave the boy. Hiro tell the merchant that he will pay for the crest, and throws a gold coin at him, after which they let go the boy. Hiro then picks up the crest and asks the boy if he is okay, but the boy, instead of thanking Hiro, says that he ruined his plans because his plan was to let the bodyguard hold him up so that the other street thieves boys could steal the merchant's shop. Just after that, the boys steal the crest from Hiro's hand and runs away. Later on, the boys go back to their secret city hideout and talks about how a jerk swordsman ruined their plan to steal the merchant. However, Hiro sneaks inside their hideout and takes the crest from the boy. The boys doesn't really know how valuable that crest is for Hiro, and thinks why is he after that. Anyway, Hiro then asks him his name, and he introduces himself as Tomat. Hiro tell them that this crest belongs to him, while the boys take out their weapons to take the crest back, and as they are about to attack, Hiro leaves from the window and bolts away. Meanwhile, another mysterious man named Jeru is also in the town asking about a boy he has drawn with a big sword named Hiro, but no one remembers Hiro, and they run away seeing scary Jeru. However, Jeru's companion tells Jeru that Hiro has stolen too much from them already. and this is the first town Hero would most probably visit. So they walks ahead to search. Meanwhile, in a grand mansion across the town, Nambuko hosts a lavish dinner for his guest, and he insists his guest to sell his prized magic item to him. The city's elite, who is his guest, worries over the rising prices and potential unrest if he sells his magic item to Nambuko. Tension among them rises when a clumsy servant, who greeted Nambuko earlier, accidentally shatters a rare jar. The elite of the city gets angry over the loss, but before he could say anything, Nambuko's armed guard intervenes, raising their sword towards the elite lord. As the tension rises in the mansion, the girl unveils the Grand Troa, suggesting a partnership with him. Tempted by the offer, yet wary of his reputation among people, the man hesitates to agree. Suddenly, a miniature dragon-like creature swoops in, snatching the crystal with its tongue. The girl quickly reacts and uses her magic to open the ceiling, causing both the creature and Peshet to tumble down from above. Meanwhile, as Hero is running away, all the boys start chasing him too. On the top of rooftop, but Hero keeps running through different alleyways. He really enjoys running and smiles seeing the little boys trying hard for chasing him. Suddenly one of the boys falls down the building, but luckily, Hero catches him in the right time. Just then, one of the boys tells Toti that Peshet has been caught while he was trying to steal the Grand Troa. He even tells him that Peshet is going to be executed soon. So without delaying a second, they rush to save their friend. The next morning, Peshet finds himself bound in a city square facing execution. Everyone looks at this scene in fear, knowing the same can happen to them if they don't obey the authorities. Peshet friends looks at this helplessly, as they are unable to do anything at all, as they are about to give him the death penalty. Hero intervenes, halting the execution. The girl asks him, "Who is he?" So Hero says, "I am a wandering swordsman." She laughs at him and orders the soldiers to fight. The soldiers move their sword to attack him, but he dispatches their strikes effortlessly. Infuriated, the girl unleashes her lightning magic at Hero, but Hero deftly evades her attacks and comes out of it effortlessly and kills the soldiers one by one. Just as the situation escalates, a sturdy stranger appears, the same man who was searching for Hero earlier, rescuing Hero from harm. Meanwhile, Peshet friends took him away as well. Seizing the moment, the girl grasped the Grand Troa and tell them to behold its power. As Hero sees it, he claims it as his father's possession, sending a ripple of concern through Nambuko. The man also gets ready with his sword to attack. In a desperate move, the girl channels the Grand Troa's magic, unleashing a powerful blast towards Hero. With quick reflexes, Hero manages to deflect the attack towards the mountain, causing a huge explosion that shatters everyone. As the dust settles, Zath, the dragon, appears again, and both the seal on dragon and emblem on Hero's chest illuminates. Everyone is shocked to see that Zoth, the dragon, is alive. Blinded by his thirst for revenge, Hero unleashes a powerful attack against the colossal dragon, but his strike isn't powerful enough to take him down, and Hero collapses right there. Jiro immediately approaches to aid Hero. Meanwhile, Dragon Zath gets absolutely furious and starts roaring while the soldiers showers the arrows at the dragon. Soldiers realize that their attacks are futile against dragon, so they redirect their arrows towards Hero and Jeru in desperation. However, before their arrow can hit them, the legendary dragon unexpectedly shields the duo, surprising everyone with its protective gesture. In a full of rage, Dragon Zath unleashes its fury upon the city. Everyone in the city is shocked and cannot believe if it's Zath the dragon, but soon the dragon vanishes again right before their eyes. Meanwhile, Nambuko wears a satisfied smirk on his face, while the lord of the city is in complete panic mode. Meanwhile, Nambuko is laughing and says that he is delighted that Zath the dragon have revived after 10 years of disappearance, and now he knows that people will fear him again. He realized that now people will claim his protection to get away from such terror situation. Meanwhile, the scene then shifts the thieves' hideout, where Hero is lying unconscious right before Jeru. Jeru then recalls the events of 10 years past, when Hero's parents attempted to seal Dragon Zath. The buffer zone was located at the heart of 3 powerful kingdoms: Kingdom of Saint Almoria, Kingdom of Ishelfine, and Kingdom of Van Lotus. All 3 feared the Dragon Zath. Hero's mother, Kismi, sacrificed her soul to lure out the dragon, while Lord Bryo wielded his sealing treasure, and Hero aided with Sacred Mirror. Together with 100 mages, they commenced the sealing ritual, but their efforts were in vain. Despite Jeru's intervention to save Hero, his parents and all the magician died in the engulfing black flames of Dragon Zath. Back in present, Hero regains consciousness and immediately wanna search for the dragon, as he is thirsty of revenge from Zath. Jeru tries to calm him down. Toti then asks Hero, how does he think he can defeat such a powerful dragon? so her screams that he has been training for this day. It is then revealed that Jeru has been training Hiro for many years. He took him under his wing after Hiro's parents died, and ever since, he has been practicing swordsmanship from Jeru. Todi still underestimate Hiro's ability and his desire to defeat the dragon, but Hiro's resolve remains unshaken. Then a boy says that if they will have Grand Troa, they can get any wish fro it, and that's how Hiro can defeat the dragon. And Hiro absolutely agrees with it. Hiro then asks Tot about Nambuko's whereabouts, but Tot brushes it off saying he doesn't know where he lives. He then tells them that Nambuko is a nefarious arms merchant who want to get rich by causing conflicts between people, and he just manipulate markets and traders with his magic stone. Determined, Hiro swears that he will find Nambuko, will get that Grand Troa, and will defeat the dragon. So, he along with Jeru starts searching for Nambuko, then Jeru's animal that's accompanying them asks about the money he stole from them, and Hiro gives the money back to him. When he check it, he finds it less, so Hiro says that he bought a crest from the money, but he gets absolutely furious at Hiro for giving a gold coin for a fake crest. He is about to hit him, but Hiro and Jeru both bolts away from there. The scene then shifts to the girl, whose name is Shara. Distressed over Nambuko's departure, she immediately turns water into a magical mirror, connecting her directly to Nambuko's carriage. Via a video call, she confronts Nambuko for abandoning her in the city, but he remain unconcerned, and instruct her to locate Hiro that the dragon protected. Soon Hiro gets really hungry and desire for a lavish meal, but the animal named Palupa tells him to stay in his limits, as he doesn't want to spend any money on a lavish restaurant. They argues, and the argument catches the attention of a restaurant owner, who seems to have a resentment towards them for causing a scene earlier against Nambuko. Hiro gets angry thinking, why does he even care for Nambuko? Suddenly, a cat-eared girl named Erin gets there, inviting them to join her for the lunch, so the three of them follows her to a nearby restaurant, where they sit down to eat together, and the argument between Hiro and Palupa continues about overspending. Just then Erin gets there too. She asks the guys if they were the one who created the commotion in the square this morning. She asks what was the dragon doing there, and Hiro replies that he doesn't know. She then deduces Hiro's identity as Lord Byro's son, leaving Hiro and others surprised. Abruptly, Erin tells Hiro to remember her and takes their leave, leaving them all puzzled, especially Palpua, as he was expecting her to pay for them, but she didn't. That makes Palpua even more furious. Hiro then tells them that they need a place to stay tonight, not having money for a inn. Hiro and his companion then take refuge in the thieves' hideout, but Todi isn't happy with it and refuses their stay. But Peshta, on the other hand, argues that he saved his life so they can let Hiro and other live here for a night. Todi has no other way, so he agrees and allow them to stay, but soon he argues with Hiro for his sleeping spot. The next morning, Jeru sharpens his weapons, and to everyone's surprise, he has cooked a meal for all of them, and the kids along with Hiro get super happy for having the food. Later, Tot asks Hiro about their plans, so he says that their goal for now is to find Nambuko and retrieve the Grand Troa. Jeru, however, refuses Hiro to engage in these things this early, as he reminds him that his swordsman skills aren't polished yet. Jeru proposes that they will be staying at this place temporarily, while Hiro will polish his skills. At first Tot refuses the idea, but when Hiro lures him that Jeru will cook meals every day, he agrees. And soon after, Hiro and Jeru ventures into the desert. Soon, Jeru tells Hiro that he need to train extensively, and he gotta start it with battling the weak slimes, and the moment Hiro see those slimes, he tries to cut it, but struggles in that too. The slimes gets on top of him, frustrating Hiro immediately. He demands for a bigger sword, but Jeru refuses. Hiro tries again, but again those slimes struck to his face straight away. Jeru is disappointed, and says that Hiro's swordsmanship is really poor, and starts leaving from there. Just as Popula is talking to Hiro about how he should be defeating a bigger monster, a sand monster emerges from the dunes, right above Popula, catching them off guard. Despite the fearful presence of Sand Dragon, Hiro runs towards it in order to strike it, but his efforts fall short. Suddenly, the dragon opens his mouth, and a slender girl emerges from the dragon's mouth, leaving them surprised. To his surprise, the girl gets close to Hiro and lays her head on his chest, displaying a familiarity. She gets close to Hiro and asks him to come with her. This surprises Hiro, as he doesn't even know her. He asks her, where does she want to go? And she boldly expresses her desire to accompany her wherever he goes. She then introduces herself as Sarah, and asks for Hiro's introduction too. Hiro simply looks flustered with the whole situation. She again gets close to Hiro and starts talking. before things could escalate. Jeru gets there, flustered. He asks, "Who's this girl?" Palupa and Hiro both says that she came from a dragon mouth, and as Jeru hears it, he is about to launch an attack at Sarah, but Hiro stops him immediately, saying, "She doesn't look like a monster." Sarah's odd behavior continues, as she literally talks to the pebbles from ground, and while she is busy on her own, others seize this opportunity to run away from there. Although Hiro looks back at Sarah, but Jeru turns his head, and soon they reaches back to their hideout base, where Jeru is serving food to them. While Hiro seems lost in thoughts, due to Sarah's unusual presence, just then Toti teasingly says that he seems in love with the girl, which prompts Hiro to get irritated. And he says that, "I have to take revenge from the dragon and doesn't have time for love." Despite saying this, he still worries about Sarah, saying she was all alone and looked sad, but Toti tell him to leave her thoughts from his head, as they are alone too without their parents, but together, they all survived somehow. So he teases him again, but says that he shouldn't lose his head just because he met a girl. Meanwhile, in the city, Shara and her soldiers continue their search for Hiro. Sarah uses her magic mirror to search Hiro, but it doesn't give her any results. Suddenly, Sarah appears before them. Meanwhile, a mysterious person is also viewing the situation from a side. The scene changes to a floating palace. Inside it, a sinister dealings of weapons and other stuff is going on, where the plan is to create fear in people from the presence of Zath, the dragon, as this way, they would increase the massive production of magic stone, and it's none other than Nambuko, who's reviewing his trade reports and instructing his people for weapon production, after which he instructs Dr. Bate Ha to prepare more weapons for an impending war in his laboratory. Despite the pressing matters in hand, Dr. Baha expresses his concern for Sarah's well-being for unknown reasons. On the other hand, Sarah suddenly appears at the hideout base of Toti and group, catching everyone off guard. Hiro asks her, "Are you here to see me?" And she adds yes, which makes him blush for a second, but Toti again teases Hiro that he should postpone fighting Zath, as he is too busy now in his love interest. But Hiro now defends Sarah, saying, "We have to help her, and let her stay here." He then grabs Sarah's hand and take her inside, while Popula and Jeru wonders that he didn't even ask us once. The next day, Jeru and Palupa head to the market for some shopping, and find themselves nearly out of funds. So Jeru decodes that he need to hunt again to get some money. Meanwhile, Hiro ventures into the desert accompanied by Sarah, attempting to improve his combat skill by hitting the slimes again. But no matter what he does, he struggles against it. Sarah then asks about why is he doing it, and he sits down and says he have to complete this training regime instructed by Jeru in order to proceed further. As they are chatting, suddenly, a wolf descends upon them, launching an attack. Seeing this, Hiro bravely engages the wolf in battle, but his attack isn't enough to stop the wolf, and he collapses. The wolf then turns its attention towards Sarah, ready to attack her, but Hiro summons last of his strength left to defend her. To his surprise, Sarah remains composed, while the wolf inexplicably collapses beside Hiro. He quickly asks Sarah if she is okay, and Sarah, being a weirdo as always, reveals that she had fallen asleep before the wolf's attack with her eyes wide open. Suddenly, she notices a wound on Hiro's shoulder, and immediately heals it with her magic wand, leaving him all surprised. Later, Hiro manages to sell the wolf for a gold coin, and he keeps looking at it, as it's his first earnings. As he walks further, he witnesses a man being dragged by the soldiers, destined for a forced labor in a magic stone mine. Unable to see the kids crying for their father, Hiro tells Sarah to wait, as he intervenes and confronts the soldiers. He demands them to leave the man, but he is suddenly attacked by a soldier from behind and gets collapsed. The soldier then takes the man and Hiro both as their captives. Meanwhile, we see the mysterious person from before who's again observing everything. On the other hand, after being captive, Hiro finds himself imprisoned alongside the man he tried saving. The man then reveals the grim truth that those who are sent to the mines never return back. This prompts Hiro to devise a escape plan using his fake crest badge, but everyone knows nothing will work. Meanwhile, Shara grows frantic as her magic mirror fails to function. Just then, a soldier comes with the information that Hiro is captured in Lord's palace, so she immediately rushes towards the palace. On the other hand, in a dimly lit alley, Tot searches a way to locate Hiro, only to be unexpectedly followed by Sarah. Meanwhile, Hiro tries to break the wall by using the crest, but it's too strong to even have a dent over it. Meanwhile, in the palace, the lord of the city erupts in anger when Nambuko interferes in all his work. Soon he opens a hiding locker and is shocked that his ledger is missing from there. Suddenly, Toti and Sarah are right behind him, having his ledger right in his hand. He threatens the Lord to expose his misdeeds. The Lord tell them to give it back, or else they will not be able to leave from here. But Toti tell him straight, with confidence that he will expose him, but Toti adds that he can give it back if he lets the hero and the people who are captive in prison out. But soon Lord unleashes all the soldiers hidden in the palace, and soon Toti and Sarah find themselves ambushed by the guards. But luckily Jeru and Palupa arrives there just in time. Lord orders his guard to arrest him, but Jeru's legendary sword scares them all, along with the city lord, and they are able to retrieve the ledger, which enable them to secure Hero's release, and that of the others prisoners. Hero then thanks Toti and Sarah for saving him. Hero and others sees the family reuniting, and he gets happy, as he remembers his own family. Although he doesn't remembers a lot, but just a few beautiful moments he spent with his parents. Later, Toti seems to be lost in thoughts. But then Hero tell him to join in for dinner, and seeing everyone eating together makes Toti feels happy, as this is his family. Now, meanwhile, the mysterious woman is still watching them from a distance. The next day, Jeru hunts down a snake and prepare it for the breakfast for everyone. Hero complains over it, but Palupa shuts him saying, this is the best Jeru can make. Meanwhile, Toti and the group enjoys the meal. Just then Jeru tells Hero to get ready for the training. Jeru makes it clear to him that from now he will be training with him alone, although Hero argues with him a little, as Sarah wants to accompany him, but then Hero himself attempts to dismiss Sarah, asking her to leave him to his training. He gives her a gold coin he earned earlier, and asks her to explore the market or buy anything she wants. As Sarah is walking around the market, Sarah encounters Eren, who asks her to come with her to a place. On the other hand, Hero reaches to the location again, and as he trains, he grows frustrated with the repetitive task of battling with slimes. Meanwhile, Eren takes Sarah to a hot spring, where she tells Sarah that this spring has some healing properties. However, she clarifies that the spring water can heal wounds but cannot resurrect the deads. As Sarah enters the hot spring, Eren notices Shara, who's observing their interaction. Elsewhere, Toti and Palupa are stumbled upon a flyer advertisement about a quest, offering 300 gold coin for capturing a monster. And Palupa is confidant on Jeru's ability, and with that, they head to training ground to give this information to Jeru, only to notice that Hero and Jiro both are in the middle of an argument, as he is fed up of battling slimes, and want to move forward now. But Jeru gives him a reality check, saying, Hero's reliance solely on the Grand Troa will never be sufficient to defeat Dragon Zath. He emphasizes that if he doesn't train well, he will never defeat the dragon, reminding Hero that not even 100 mages could defeat the dragon. Hero's frustration boils over Jeru's words, leading to a physical confrontation. Meanwhile, the girls in the hot spring are chatting and having fun, while Shara swiftly joins them and start chatting too. She then tells them that there are many rumors about this hot spring, that there is a cave here where a monster lives. She even adds that there is a bounty on that monsters. Meanwhile, Sarah looks at her gold coin and accidentally spills that Hero gave it to her. Just then, Eren shuts her mouth, knowing Shara is after Hero's life. Luckily, Shara didn't hear anything. Meanwhile, Hero strikes at Jeru in anger, only to get injured by Jiru's unyielding defense. Palupa and Toti rush to Hero's side to check on him, but Jeru asks them not to touch his wounds. He tells them that he is gonna take Hero to the healing spring for treatment. As Jeru takes him, carrying on his back, Nambuko's guards are hiding behind the bushes, waiting for them to come. Soon they reaches to the spring, and Hero's wound actually heals with the miraculous healing powers of the spring, and Toti and Popula tell Jiro that he shouldn't have attacked Hero this bad. But Jeru tells that he just wanted to see how bad Hero wanted to take his revenge, but he didn't expected Hero to strike him only. Meanwhile, the girls are chatting about their love affairs, and Eren asks Shara about what type of men does she like, and she says that she is in love with Nambuko, the merchant, but right now, she is searching for a boy, but cannot really find him. She tells them that she is looking for Hero and asks if any of them knows about him. Suddenly, Sarah says that she knows, but Eren stops her right in time and distract the conversation. Meanwhile, the soldiers are waiting for Shara's command to attack Hero and his group. On the other hand, Toti sees the scar in Hero's chest and asks about it. Jeru tells him that his father Lord Byro saved him from the dragon Zath, which left a mark in his chest. Soon Hero wakes up too, and as soon as he opens his eyes, Shara detects his presence. Meanwhile, Jeru tells Hero that their journey consists of more than just training, as there will be many tasks ahead. he has to complete, and Hiro must show unwavering determination. Soon, Shara signals her soldiers about Hiro's presence, and the soldiers awakens the giant octopus. After Shara's signaling, she unleashes the giant on Hiro's group, and it rampages through the area. But rather than capturing Hiro, the monster captures Sarah in its path. While Eren swiftly departs from the situation, the monster wreaks havoc as it attacks everyone that comes to his way, including the soldiers and Shara herself, and throws her away from the spring. Hiro witnesses everything from down, but, in a bold move, Jiru charges forward at the monster, chopping it into many pieces. He finally kills the monster with his enormous sword, and saves everyone. Meanwhile, as things settled, Hiro starts searching for Sarah, and soon finds her, with the gold coin he gave her. Sensing their moment together, Palupa and Toti discreetly give them their privacy, returning their attention elsewhere. Later, they bring the monster back in the town, only to discover that the initial advertisement on the monster was just fake. It was actually a trap by Shara to catch them. But anyway, they plan to sell the monster to the wealthy buyers, hoping that can fund Hiro's quest for armor. However, the armor he desires is costly, which forced them to settle for a cheaper one. Toti is sitting quietly and sad, as Hiro and others are leaving them soon. The next morning, Hiro and others bids their farewell to the kids, ready to embark on his journey. Just then, Toti shocks everyone by expressing his intent to join Hiro's party. His friends stops him and ask him not to leave them alone, but despite the protest from his friends, he decides to acquire the Grand Troa and premise to return back. After which, they sets off to start a new journey. On their journey, they encounter Eren, who reveals that Shara was behind the monster incident a day before, and Hiro understands that it's no only them searching for Nambuko, he is also searching for Hiro. Anyways, Eren expresses her desire to join their party. At first, they denies it, but she soon offers a map, revealing Nambuko's whereabouts, but says that she will only give this map if she is allowed to join their party. Finally, Hiro agrees and asks her follow them. Finally, their journey begins, and Hiro is somehow really excited to fight Zath, and in the sheer excitement, he falls down in one of the sand trap, leading him to scream for help from his fellow party members. Meanwhile, one of the soldiers of Nambuko is watching every move of Hiro and his party via a magic mirror. He informs the same to Nambuko, and he instructs him to alert Shara about it. Nambuko also reviews the market for selling magic stones, and gets happy to see that he has successfully manipulated the market prices. On the other hand, the group takes a quick break to nearby location, where they witness the beautiful rainbow and eats the fruits, and Toti tell Hiro that he always thought this town just has wastelands, but coming here made his realize it's a beautiful place, and Hiro agrees to him. Soon, they encounter a formidable obstacle in the form of a massive bird, which speeds up towards their way. The group soon takes shelter behind a stone to protect themselves. As Jiru is about to fight the bird, Hiro attempts to strike the bird. Beforehand, he runs towards it with his sword, but finds himself defenseless. But soon Jiru rescues him with the timely intervention. Recognizing the danger, Jiru suggests they spend the night in the nearby forest. The team denies, stating there is higher risk of attack in forest, but Jiru makes them understand that in the dense forest they will be safer, as bird will not attack in the dense forest. Later that evening, they gather around the fire and roast the meat for their dinner. Jiru then says that it's been too late since Sarah returned back. When Hiro asks, he says he sent her to fetch some water. Hiro says that he will go look out for her near the stream, while Sarah is mesmerized by how beautifully the water is shining by moonlight. Hiro reaches near the stream looking for Sarah, but cannot find her. But instead of Sarah, he finds Eren playing some instrument. So seeing the opportunity, Hiro asks Eren why did she decided to come with them. She says that she wanna help finding the Grand Troa, but Hiro feels that she is just lying, so he clarifies that Grand Troa originally belonged to his father, so he will be taking it, no matter what. He then asks why do she need Grand Troa, and Eren answers that she wanna create a attractive boy like him. Hearing that, Hiro just leaves from there. Soon he finds Sarah near the lake. Meanwhile, in the palace, Nambuko showcases his weapons to a potential client, including his latest creation. Satisfied with the demonstration, the client immediately purchases the weapon with crystals. Nambuko is playing a double game. He sells his latest weapon not only to the clients, but their enemies too, to gain the massive profits from both ends. Soon Shara gets in the palace, and as soon as she arrives, Nabuko screams at her, calling her incompetent fool for failing to find Hiro. He informs Shara that one of his Hawkeye bird witnessed Hiro and his party and even attacked them, but couldn't do the damage. As she learns about it, she tries to bribe Nambuko with her cuteness, but Nambuko gives her a clear warning. He says that he will provide her the bird so that Shara can monitor Hiro, but warns her that if she fails again, she will be out of his sight forever. Meanwhile, as Hiro and his party press forward in their journey, the Hawkeye bird returns on top of them, deducting their location. Here Shara sees them form the magic mirror and teleport her soldiers and herself to the location. As the Heroes party stops by near a shining location, Shara along with her soldiers gets there in front of them too, which shocks Hiro and others. She unleashes a powerful magic portal, which revive 3 towering golem before them, and soon Shara commands the golems to attack the group. Here, Jiru also prepares to confront golems and ask everyone to stay back, while Hiro, driven by sudden impulse, rushes to fight with Shara. However, his reckless move proves to be disastrous as always, as Shara attacks him with her lightning magic, causing Hiro to collapse instantly. Pissed by Hiro's behavior, Jiru asks everyone to run, and he also moves forward, charging at the soldiers and golem with his remarkable skills and agility. On the other hand, Shara uses her magic again to throw pointed spears at Hiro, which even breaks his sword, leaving him completely helpless against Shara's relentless assaults. Jiru runs to save Hiro, but is stopped by a huge golem, who attacks Jiru by striking the ground. But Jiru, being the warrior he is, takes the golem down just by one strike. On the other hand, 2 golem have surrounded Toti and Sarah, and in a desperate move, Palupa evokes his magic and summons Momo, a rabbit-like girl, who has all sort of magical weapons. She asks Palupa, what does he want today? So he says that they need to run from here. So in a sudden turn of events, Palupa tosses both Sarah and Toti along with himself into the chest-like box from which Momo appeared. Finally, Momo gets in it too, and the chest disappeared. Meanwhile, Hiro finds himself cornered by Shara by her relentless attacks. She is about to strike him again. Just then, Jiru comes running to aid him, but Shara uses her lightning magic again, but this time on Jiru to stop him reaching Hiro. This leads the earth to tremble under the force of their clashes, which leads the earth to engulf the golem too. Along with that, Jiru becomes ensnared by Shara's powerful magic. Shara has bonded Jiru in a powerful magic and threatens Hiro that she will kill Jiru if he doesn't come with her. She tortures Hiro to save Jiru and come with her. Fueled by rage and desperation, Hiro's emotions boils over, which somehow causing him to hit the dragon mark in his chest, and he transforms into a monster. With uncontrollable power, he unleashes a devastating attack, slaughtering all the soldiers in a split second. This leads an enormous fear in Shara, and she opens the portal to leave. However, in the middle of the rampage, Hiro's power diminishes, and he collapses right there. In the state of unconsciousness, Hiro's mind cannot process what just happened and how he got converted into the monster. As Hiro regains his consciousness, he finds himself before Nambuko, in his chariot, with his subordinates. Hiro's weakened state leaves him confused and unsure of what exactly happened to him. He gets the glimpse of his strange vision from his flicking state of mind. Meanwhile, Momo and the magical chest reappears, with Sarah and Toti out trying to search of Hiro, who's not in the same location anymore. Palupa asks Momo to tell him about their location, but she demands the payment first. After he gives it, Momo throws him out of chest and leaves. At a distance, they find Jiru lying unconscious. They try to wake him up, but he doesn't. After that, Sarah heals Jiru by her mere touch, and soon he opens his eyes. As soon as he gets back to his senses, he realizes Hiro isn't there, and wonders where did he go. As they look down from the cliff, they spots many soldiers lying dead, and wonders what happened here. Elsewhere, Nambuko meets with his buyer, a woman in a lavish attire, eager to inspect Nambuko's offerings. In the background, a green arc is tied to a cross, while 3 men are shackled nearby, and right above them, on the cliff, the doctor is in the midst of preparing his invention. The doctor does something with the system, and suddenly, a burst of red light envelops the ark and the men, to everyone's astonishment. When the red dust settles, there is no one left there, neither the orc nor the man. All that's left was just shackles. Suddenly, the monster emerges again, and it is revealed that the individuals have merged into the monstrous entity. Suddenly, the monster runs to attack, but is controlled by a group of soldiers, after which the monster collapses down. With that, the women praises Nambuko for his success in combining human and orc, and Nambuko promises her to deliver a full monster army soon. Meanwhile, Hiro secretly observes the scene, while the doctor expresses his disappointment at miscalculating, expecting the monster to be stronger. Suddenly, Hiro comes before Nambuko and confronts him for playing with life of humans, and challenges him for a duel with both party ready for combat. Hiro realizes that he no longer have his sword with him. Determined, Hero engages Nambuko in hand-to-hand combat, but his efforts proves to be futile, as he is swiftly overpowered by Nambuko. Despite his defeat, Hero demands the return of Grand Troa from Nambuko, only to hear from him that Grand Troa truly belongs to him. Soon Hero is captured by the soldiers. Nabuko informs him that he is invited in a special gathering tonight. Meanwhile, Jiru wonders about how Hero have defeated so many soldiers all by himself, that too without his sword. Just as they are pondering, Eren suddenly arrives, which annoys Paloopa, because she always disappears when the time gets tough. Anyway, Jiru along with others walk ahead from there. Meanwhile, Nambuko and his potential buyer is in a luxurious tent. Inside the tent, Nambuko is attending his client and provides her a lavish feast, which she loves. And Nambuko leaves from there, wondering that all he needs is her money for his research. Soon, Shara reaches there too, and rushes to Nambuko to apologize for her failure to capture Hero. But to her surprise, Nambuko appreciates her efforts and rewards her and her soldiers with a bag of money. Overwhelmed with joy, she jumps on Nambuko and thanks him for his greatness. Back at the ground, Jiru and the others come across the half-human, half-orc. Seeing Nabuko's weapon, Jiru suspects that Hero has been abducted by Nambuko himself. Back at the tent, Hero finds himself bound to a chair, and soon Nambuko gets there too, displaying torturous implements before him, with the intention of extracting Hero's secrets by torturing him. Nambuko straightforwardly asks Hero about what is his connection with Dragon Zath's revival. In response, Hero questions why a mere merchant like himself is interested in Dragon's revival. Nambuko then reveals his intentions, saying that the chaos that would unleash from Dragon's actions will create demand of weapons which will automatically increase his profit. Nambuko then begins his interrogation with the weapon, but just as he is about to do anything, a disturbance erupts outside the tent. His buyer is furious for being addressed disrespectfully. Hearing that, Nambuko leaves from the tent. Seizing the opportunity, Hero manages to free up his leg and retrieve his badge. With the nimble fingers, he uses the badge to cut the ropes binding his hands. Meanwhile, the doctor carefully tinkers with his latest invention, but his sensors detect Sarah's presence nearby. Puzzled, he sets out to investigate her. Meanwhile, inside the tent, Hero manages to free himself from the ropes, though he stumbles, as his left hand remains bound. Suddenly the doctor enters the tent carrying his sensor, and he is taken aback by Hero's scent. That reminds him about Sarah. He inquires about Sarah. Holding Hero's collar, he asks if Sarah is safe or not, but when Hero says that she is fine, Doctor gets glad and is completely unaware that Hero is cutting rope to free his arm. Outside the tent, Shara and the soldiers are celebrating Nambuko's kind-heartedness. For rewarding them, they enjoys their time, drinking and celebrating. Meanwhile, Doctor remains skeptical of Sarah's supposed interest in Hero, as Hero tells him how Sarah said that she loves the sound of his heart. The doctor immediately starts listening to his heartbeat. As he listens, he is shocked and moved the other way. Meanwhile, Hero frees himself entirely and seizes the opportunity to confront the doctor. But despite of Hero's strangling his neck, Doctor is unaffected and keeps rambling about Sarah and Hero's connection. He pulls Hero in front and tell him that Sarah and his fate is intertwined, so he asks Hero to take care of her and starts leaving. But Hero stops him and asks him that he will not be able to meet Sarah again because Nambuko is gonna torture him. In a surprising turn, the doctor offers Hero a drink, suggesting it is a way to reach back to Sarah. At first Hero hesitates, but eventually he trusts the doctor and consumes the portion. As he drinks it, he gets illuminated and soon gets invisible. Outside the tent, as Jiru and others observes Nambuko's tent and forms strategy of going inside it. Just then Hero falls from above. Everyone is shocked and confused and want to know what's going on, but Hero tells them that he will explain everything later, as from now they need to run away. Inside the tent, Nambuko sees that Hero has run away, and he boils in fury against the doctor and is ready to kill him. But he asks the doctor, "Why did you do that?" And the doctor reveals that, "I set him free for Sarah's sake." Nambuko is shocked that Sarah still exists, because he asked the doctor to kill her, but he didn't. Doctor challenges him to kill him, but Nambuko knows that he has a lot more work from the doctor, so he doesn't harm him. Unbothered, doctor tell him that he is still living just for Sarah's sake, and Nambuko leaves. But before leaving he says that once Hero knows about the true identity of Sarah, he will leave her himself. The next day they are sitting in an old mine, where Eren reveals that this was the former magic stone mine, but since they ran out of stone from this mine, they abandoned it. Meanwhile, Sarah gets closer to Hero and detects the distinctive scent of Dr. Baha. while Jiru tries to comprehend the doctor's cryptic remarks regarding Hero's heart, which appears distinct from his body and a potential link to Dragon. He then remembers the day Dragon Zath actually protected Hero and asks him, "Do you feel any kind of resonance with Dragon?" He makes an hypothesis that heart swap might have happened between Hero and Zath because they both have same mark in their chests. That could be a possible reason. Dr. Baha remarked that Hero's heart isn't his own. Jiru says that if heart swap has happened during the war 10 years before, then Zath was interested protecting his own heart, then protecting Hero. Hero is in disbelief and he wishes Jiru to take back his words because he cannot accept the heart of an enemy he want to take revenge from. But Jiru says that if this is true, then his father, Lord Byro, driven by despair, may have switched their heart, perhaps in a bid to unleash hidden power within Hero. And these power manifests only when Hero experiences intense emotions, like anger and extreme rage, and perhaps that became the trigger that turned him into Dragon temporarily. Hero is in complete shock to hear this, but Jiru says that this theory explains everything that has happened so far. Hero speculate that if he die, Dragon Zath will die as well, driven by a deep desire to take revenge of his parents' death. Hero believes that he will have to prepare to die as well. He just cannot understand this, and in absolute fury he bolts away from the place, and Jiru and Palupa trail behind him too. But Eren, who want to accompany them too, is interrupted by Toti, who tell her that the matter is too personal for her interference. Meanwhile, in the palace, Shara reveals the gift given her by Nambuko. It's actually a big beast's dog that sends off winged eyes to secretly monitor Hero's movements. Meanwhile, Hero, who is sitting in isolation, is disturbed when Plupa asks him to come inside, or else he will dry out himself. He then remembers how Hero used to be a cute little boy when Palupa met him first time. Hero's mom introduced Palupa to Hero, and he was so excited to hold him. Jiru remembers the exact same moment as well. Further, Palupa tell him he used to be really notorious around him, and when he used to get upset, Hero used to always crouch down or lean forward. Hero states that he doesn't remember anything, so Palupa point out that right now also you are sitting the same way, and that's how he has been always. Hero asks Palupa what are getting at, so he says that from past 10 years, Jiru has been training him. Along with that, Jiru had been learning magic too, just to know the truth, and he did this all just for Hero. Palupa tell him that there's still a lot we don't know about the disaster 10 years back, and it is possible that Lord Byro gave his life to protect Hero, and Jiru was determined that he want to know everything about that night. That's why he was learning magic. Jiru says that although he has not been able to find anything yet, but his priority is to protect Hero at any condition. Finally, Hero cheer up and dictates that we need to get the Grand Troa back, as that's the way we can switch the hearts back, and our problem will be resolved. Soon, they starts their journey again, and while walking forward, Toti asks Hero, can you use your dragon form anytime? But Hero says that he doesn't know about it much. Toti asks him to do it now, but he shuts him up saying it isn't any show. Meanwhile, we see the winged eye thing monitoring Hero, and Shara gets the location using her magic mirror, and she plans to leave to catch Hero, forgetting the glory and appreciation from Nambuko. Soon, Hero and the party reaches to Desolate Village, and Palupa suggests that they should take a break here, but Jiru suddenly is struck by a sudden recollection, leaving him visibly stunned. Meanwhile, Toti inspects the area and remarks that something is really weird about this village, as they have destroyed a well that's not even dried up yet. Jiru finds it a little off and asks everyone to survey the place before deciding to stay here. While exploring the village, Jiru is confronted with a haunting vision from his past. Of his younger self, he gets a glimpse of his childhood, triggering memories of the assault his parents endured. They were subjected to torment and persecution because his mother was human, while his father had resemblance to monsters. The monsters in the village assumed that Jiru's mother was the reason of village misfortune and attacks by human. Despite the accusation, Jiru's mother defended his father, but none of the villagers heard them. In a poignant moment, Jiru, who watched everything from a distance, is called out by his father, giving him his last words. A hero never leaves a good deed undone, after which, Jiru's parents were executed mercilessly, right before his eyes. Meanwhile, in another part of the village, Toti is exploring, but suddenly, he stumbles upon piles of lifeless bodies, which shocks him. Above him, a lurking monster observes his movement, and launches a sudden attack. On the other hand, Jiru is flooded with memories of past, recalling how he was absolutely devastated, and how Lord Byro rescued him from the situation, and took him with himself in his home. where he met Hiro for the first time. Suddenly, Toti races towards them, telling everyone to run away, as the ugly fusion of orc and human monster is after them. Despite the threat, Hiro steps forward to confront the monster, only to realize his foolishness that he no longer possesses his sword. But just then Jiru swings his sword and pushes the monster behind. Hiro warns everyone to run, but Jiru is determined to put an end to monster's life. But suddenly, the monster comes running, but redirects its attack to Hiro. Toti insists Hiro to tap into his dragon form for defense. However, despite his efforts, Hiro struggles to transform, leaving him vulnerable before the creature assault. But, just in a decisive moment, as the monster launches an attack on Hiro, Jiru intervenes by placing his sword right inside the monster, killing him right there, rescuing Hiro one more time. On the other hand, Eren meets Shara and lures her, so that she can meet the evil merchant Nambuko. Soon Eren meets Nambuko, and shares the information that Hiro possesses the heart of Dragon Zath. Nambuko refuses to believe her first, but she assures him that selling information is her job. In exchange of money, impressed by her, Nambuko gives her an expensive items. Eren gets happy and leaves after receiving her gift. Nambuko then calls Shara inside only to order her to kill Hiro, because he knows now that Hiro is the son of Lord Byro and will definitely come back for the Grand Troa. Meanwhile, Eren then reaches the village where Hiro and his party is staying, via the chest box Momo uses. Meanwhile, in the vibrant Rakano village, Toti finds himself captivated by its lively atmosphere. Despite its location on the outskirts of the town, Palupa explains that the village thrives due to its strategic intersection. While Hiro expresses his desire to get a new sword, but Jiru suggests selling the crocodile first. Anyway, Palupa warns Hiro that they cannot purchase anything expensive, as they still have to travel a lot, which requires money, which irritates Hiro. As the evening descends, Toti inquires about their plan further, which prompts Hiro saying that they need rest, so Palupa inquires about an inn in a nearby hotel, and he makes sure not to get anything expensive. After that, they head forward. They walk to nearby blacksmith to buy a sword for Hiro, but Hiro keeps on choosing the sword double of his size, so Jiru constantly refuses him to buy a bigger sword, and finally, he chooses a sword appropriate for Hiro, and surprisingly, when he sees it, he likes it as well, and finally makes a decision to buy that one. After that, as they walk back, Sera notices a moon-like crystal and loves it. She finds it so pretty that she wishes to buy it. The shopkeeper immediately asks Hiro if he is her boyfriend, refusing instantly. Hiro says I am not and asks for the prize. Hearing the prize, he tells Sera that we will have to let this go. Sera then takes out the gold coin he gave her and says that as long as she has this pretty pebble, she doesn't need anything, making Hiro a little awkward. Soon they head back to their inn, where Jiru has prepared dinner for all of them, and they all loves it. Jiru then asks Hiro about Dr. Theo, the name mentioned by Dr. Baha when he was kidnapped. Hearing that, Hiro asks, who is Dr. Theo? So Jiru informs him that he was his father's doctor. Hiro gets worried hearing that, as why Baha will tell him to meet Dr. Theo. Just then Sera says that Theo is her friend, which shocks everyone. Palupa cannot figure it out, so Toti tell them that the best way to erase the confusion is to meet Dr. Theo himself. So Jiru suggests that they will meet Dr. Theo soon. Before sleeping, Toti asks Jiru about the further plan, and Jiru informs him that he need to strategize the journey further and need to look at the maps for the next move. While everyone is asleep, Hiro engages Jiru in a conversation and asks, did something happen back in the village, as he saved their lives yet again? Jiru reassures him, stating that he was just doing his job, but Hiro senses that there must be something more deep inside Jiru's heart. But Jiru tells him that there is nothing, but Hiro himself cannot sleep, saying that there is a monstrous dragon inside him, which will not let him sleep peacefully. At the stroke of midnight, chaos erupts. As a monstrous shadow descends upon the village, wreaking havoc and destruction, it blasts the entire region within seconds. Soon, Jiru and the party collects, and are confused on what exactly is happening. Just then Hiro comes running there too, and impulsively runs right after the monster. As they run after it, they see the explosions the monster is doing, and the moment they look at it, it's a shadow. But as the shadow reveals its true form, Hiro realizes that it's none other than Dragon Zath himself. As the dragon emerges, it casts the deadly aura, engulfing everyone in its shadow. One by one, enraged by the devastation, Hiro moves to confront the creature, but Jiru immediately intervenes, urging Hiro to stop, as it's really dangerous. But Hiro tells him that he cannot let the dragon engulf people. However, as the monster unleashes its attack on Hiro, Jiru pushes him away and swings his sword to strike at the monster. but soon it becomes evident that it's not the dragon Zath. Just then a lightning portal opens, and Shara appears, disclosing that the monstrous entity is an invention of Dr. Baha that Nambuko gave her. Meanwhile, Sarah urgently runs towards Hiro to alert him that the looming threat isn't Dragon Zath, but just then the shadow monster explodes the building near them too. Meanwhile, at the palace, Dr. Baha and Nambuko is observing the unfolding battle through his magic mirror. On the other hand, Shara commands the shadow monster to attack and kill Hiro. With that, she places her weapon near Hiro's heart and opens the spikes in it, and then launches an attack on Hiro with her lightning-induced umbrella. This causes Dr. Baha to panic, as he realizes the significance of Hiro's connection to Sarah. Despite the chaos, Nambuko remains indifferent, focused only on luring Dragon Zath. Hiro, on the other hand, is getting assaulted entirely, but soon, he succumbs to the fear and anger within him, awakening the dormant power of Dragon Zath within him. He unleashes a huge explosion that sends Shara and her companions flying, leaving Toti and Sarah in complete shock, as they have seen Hiro like this for the first time. As Hiro repels with his inner turmoil and the lightning effect, even Dr. Baha's instruments cannot keep the measure of Hiro's intense power. Meanwhile, Jiru finds himself consumed by the shadow, only to be rescued by Eren's timely intervention. Seeing such intensifying form of Hiro, Shara and her soldiers vanishes from the place. Meanwhile, the shadow monster attacks Hiro, and suddenly a huge explosion occurs, breaking the monster into pieces. Hiro, who's now in control of his dragon form, materializes completely into Zath, the dragon, and in his fury, Hiro inadvertently strikes Jiru with his sword, which lead him to collapse on ground. This power gets so high that it even shatters all the magic mirror in Nambuko's palace, after which Dragon Zath also vanishes from there. This causes a sharp pain in Sarah's heart, and eventually, Hiro regains his senses. Nambuko realizes that to capture Dragon Zath, he must first subdue Hiro. Meanwhile, Hiro's companion rushes towards Jiru, as he is lying helplessly on the ground, and Hiro screams and cries over what he has done to Jiru. As Hiro watches over Jiru, who remains unconscious in the hostel, Sarah comes in and sits next to him. Meanwhile, Palupa takes the responsibility of the dinner, but is disgusted by its taste. Suddenly, Jiru awakens, bringing a sense of relief to Hiro. Palupa comes running to him. Meanwhile, Jiru, who just woke up, notices the smell of Palupa's cooking, acknowledging his efforts, but Palupa clearly states that he isn't as good as Jiru. Meanwhile, Hiro's guilt weighs heavily upon him, and he cannot believe it himself that he attacked Jiru, but Palupa reassures him that it wasn't Tatham who attacked. It was his dragon form that struck Jiru, but still Hiro is deeply concerned over it. He then asks Sarah if she can heal Jiru like she did before, but Sarah says that she cannot heal the dragon attack as it's very powerful. Jiru is in great pain from his injuries, but he tells Hiro that his dragon form is really dangerous, and there is a potential risk of Hiro's dragon form overtaking him completely, and the fear of losing himself to the dragon terrifies him from within, and Jiru suggests seeking guidance from Dr. Theo, believing he might have some solution to this problem, and just then, Jiru loses consciousness again. Meanwhile, downstairs, Palupa and Momo are clashing over expensive medicine needed to cure Jiru. Momo reveals that the medicine required for the treatment is a rare Serafuria herb, but knowing it's way too expensive, Palupa asks Momo to leave. Meanwhile, Toti suggests returning to the healing spring, but Palupa refuses, as it may be fatal to go that far. Just then Eren emerges with a solution. Hiro asks her about it, so she mentions that they can get the herbs from Kiru Canyon, which is half a day away from here. This gives a ray of hope to the group, and Hiro along with Sarah rushes to get the herbs. Meanwhile, back in the palace, Nambuko is taking orders of different weapons from the various countries, and despite of many orders, he notices a few countries ordering less. So he orders his soldier to spread the rumor about Dragon Zath to get the fear back among the countries, which will increase his profit. On the other hand, Hiro and Sarah ventures towards Kiru Canyon, and Hiro expresses his frustration at the distance they have to travel, but Sarah reassures him that they will definitely find the herb. Back at the inn, Eren grimly informs the group of Jiru's worsening condition, but Palupa, who is noticing their financial constraints, says that all they can do is wait for Hiro's return with herbs. Suddenly, Toti tells Palupa that he has noticed that, even after days, he have not seen Sarah eating even one meal, although Palupa gets frustrated, as Toti keeps disturbing his calculations, but he still says that it's weird how Shara reaches everywhere to attack us. He doubts that Sarah might be enemy disguised as a friend, who tells all their secrets out. He also adds that Sarah has a connection with Dr. Baha, who works for Nambucco himself. But Paloopa adds that, until they have any solid proof, he cannot say anything. Meanwhile, Hiro and Sarah have reached the place, where they hope to find the herb needed to save Jiru's life. Hiro then gets down and looks around to find the right herb, and just as he is searching in the canyon, suddenly a giant toad gets before them. The toad suddenly attacks them. Hiro acts quickly and pulls Sarah away to protect her. They try to run away, and in the process to attack them, the giant toad gets stuck in the canyon again. Hiro and Sarah then runs away from there, but suddenly they hindered by a downpour, which makes the terrain slippery. Soon the rain starts too, but Hiro is focused to find the herb. Suddenly, Sarah spots a Serafuria plant, and Hiro heads towards it with determination. Back at the inn, Jiru's condition worsens, and just then Eren breaks the news to the group, revealing that Nambucco has ordered Shara to kill Hiro. She explains that she overheard him from Nambucco himself. This spill out Paloopa's drink, as he doesn't understand when did Eren meet Nambucco, but she says that she heard it from the device used for communication. Paloopa is puzzled by Nambucco's motives for targeting Hiro, and Eren suggests that it may be related to Hiro's connection with the dragon. Meanwhile, as Hiro struggles to pull off the herbs, suddenly, the hill where the plant grows shifts unexpectedly, and an immense glow tortoise come out it, and Hiro then realizes that the hill is actually situated on the back of that tortoise. Back at the inn, the group discuss on how Hiro is connected to dragon, as he have the heart, which make everything complicated. Eren tells them that Nambucco has informed every country about the fake rumor of Dragon Zath being captured, and Paloopa realize that Nambucco is doing all this just to gain more profit, as the fear of dragon will exponentially increase the demand of weapon. Meanwhile, Hiro continues struggling to get the herb. Meanwhile, Paloopa worries that these tactics of Nambucco might escalate into a continent-wide war. Eren also adds that it's Nambucco who's manipulating the constant prices of weapon and everything else in market. Also, for the first time, Eren doesn't demand anything in return of information, other than a cup of tea. Meanwhile, Hiro kept trying but trips off from the hill, but he refuses to give up as Jiru's life is at the stake. Finally, Hiro successfully retrieves the Serafuria, but as he take it, he falls from top of tortoise shell all the way down. But luckily Sarah catches him, leading her to smile for the first time, while Hiro gets a little awkward, but ultimately they both shares a smiles between them. Back at the hostel, Hiro gives the boiled Serafuria to Jiru, and as he consumes it, a mystical light appears, making Jiru regain the consciousness. Meanwhile, Toti uses the communication device of Eren outside the room, while Jiru thanks Hiro and Sarah for saving his life. Just then Toti enters the room and shares a troubling news. He reveals that even children in his town are being sent forcefully into mining magic stones, and he worries about his friends. He adds frustratingly that there is no food in the town, and he worries that this is gonna outbreak a war soon. He cries in desperation and want to get the Grand Troa to protect his friends and town. As they resume their journey, Toti confides in Paloopa that he doesn't care about Sarah anymore, as he witnessed her cry back in the inn the previous night when she saw Toti's face. Soon they reaches towards the place where they would meet Dr. Theo, although Hiro tell Jiru that they should focus more on the impending war. But Jiru tell him that we first need to meet Theo. Just then, Dr. Theo suddenly appears before them, and as he appears there, Jiru and Paloopa kneels down before him. Plappa then introduces himself as Byro's servant, and says that Lord Byro told them all about him. Suddenly Theo greets Sarah with a hug, causing Hiro to feel a twinge of jealousy. Despite the momentary discomfort, they continue their journey. However, the thin air proves challenging for everyone, leaving them breathless. Master Theo observes their struggles, and says that Byro's people never seem to have faced such difficulties. Paloopa apologizes, while Jiru says that they need to discuss something important with Master Theo. As they dive deeper into the cave, Jiru lays out the troubling reality of Hiro's potential transformation into dragon. Theo listens to everything intently. Suddenly, he summons a powerful magic blast that is a soul-destroying flames, so that no one attack on them. Master Theo then dives into the magic history of the failed sealing, Rushal 10 years back, where the dragon Zath devour countless lives, and now his heart beats inside Hiro. Despite his vast knowledge, Master Theo admits that he lacks guidance over this matter. But then, Hiro, grappling with emotions, speaks. He wanna take revenge of his parents' death. He further adds with frustration in his voice about the absence of Theo 10 years ago. He confronts him for not protecting his parents. During the sealing ceremony, Hiro wanna know the answer of these burning questions inside him. So Master Theo explains with calmness that no one can stop Dragon Zath. It's impossible for any human mage. Even 10 years ago nothing could have been done. He then extends an invitation to Hiro to embark on a new journey of magical training, and Jiro whispers that Theo might be training him to handle the dragon's transformation within him. Soon, they gets out of the cave, and Master Theo creates tasks for each members of the group. He sends Jiro to get some meat for him, and Toti to get some water. After that, he begins with Hiro's training, and he asks Hiro step forward in a straight line. Stepping forward, Hiro finds himself confronted with twisty line to uncover a straight path within his steps as he tries to understand it. Hiro is given another profound and simple exercise, crumpling and crumpling of a picture drawn in a paper, which intricate the journey of self-discovery and transformation. But Hiro gets really confused on what's going on. Meanwhile, Eren diligently monitors reports from Nambuko's palace. She gets tensed over the weight of impending war, as the preparation of the forthcoming war have started in different nations. She fears the inevitable outbreak of the conflict. Meanwhile, in the midst of their training, Palupa instructs Hiro to focus, and then Master Theo asks Hiro to throw the paper away. Sera then comes to Hiro and wanna see the image he created. Suspicious of Hiro and Sera's budding relationship, Master Theo keenly watches them. Meanwhile, Jiro successfully hunts one big animal and returns back with his prey. On the other hand, the training is still going on. And up next, Theo asks Hiro to pick a pebble, while Sera takes out the gold coin and shows it to them, saying she have a pebble too. After that, Master Theo instructs Hiro to throw the pebble anywhere he feels like. And just as he throws it, the pebble emits a faint light. Seeing this, even Theo is intrigued. Doing this over and over again, Hiro gets frustrated, and he confronts Theo to stop this crap, as he is the swordsman. So he asks Master Theo to train him with sword, and Master Theo eagerly accepts his challenge. Meanwhile, Shara grapples with a sense of sadness, and when her servant asks her about it, she just says that she wanna see Nambuko. Seeing her in this condition, her servant cannot help but leaves. On the other hand, Master Theo is ready for the training, but Hiro notices that Theo doesn't have any sword with him. That's when he tells Hiro about Invisible Koku Blade, demonstrating its power without physical presence. Hiro is amazed to see this, and Theo asks him to learn it. At first he thinks it's stupid, but when Hiro tries it, Theo is surprised as his attacks even cuts the stone despite the success. Hiro remains unaware of the significance of his achievement. Time passes by and his training moves forward too. Meanwhile, in the palace, Shara weakly interacts with hers servant. Just then a soldier comes in and informs her that Nambuko wanna see her. This is enough to cheer up the depressed Shara. Meanwhile, inside the cave, Jiro asks Theo about Hiro's training, and Master Theo informs him that Hiro is very similar to his father Bairo, with a strong sense of justice. Theo further adds that Hiro may not excel in swordsmanship because his true talent lies in magic. Theo asks Jiro on why he gave him the sword. So Jiro says that he drove him into swordsmanship intentionally and desires to train him further to see how far he can go with sword. But even with 10 years of practice, he was really weak, but his desire to take revenge is too strong. But Theo says that together they can complement each other's strength. With Jiro's expertise in swordsmanship and Hiro's proficiency in magic, Theo tells Jiro that even Hiro doesn't know how amazing he is with magic, without being conscious about his abilities. Hiro is really skillful. He tells Jiro about the incident earlier, where Hiro broke the stone with Koku Blade, and ultimately, he says one thing that Hiro and Sera are a pair of same thing, so they must be kept together always. Back in the palace, Nambuko is engrossed in monitoring his machine. Just when Shara arrives, he informs her that he has a task for her, and then she takes Nambuko inside, prompting a suspicion to the soldier. Outside the cave, Master Theo instructs Hiro for a certain positions, which frustrates Hiro further. He intends to leave the place as he is done with the weird training, but then Master Theo gives him one last instruction, which to cut him with the Koku Blade, and says that if Hiro will be successful doing it, he can consider himself pass and proceed further. So Hiro takes the stance and launches an attack. As he attacks, Theo fakes an injury, saying, "You have passed the test." Meanwhile, no other person saw what actually happened. After that, they bid a farewell to Master Theo and continue their journey ahead. But what's unknown to them is that, while Hiro attacked him with Koku Blade, Theo activated a defensive magic barrier. But Hiro's powerful attack even broke that shield too. On the other hand, after traveling for a while, Hiro and his party finally reaches to the Mort Desert. Jiro dictates that, after they cross this desert, they will finally reach Nambuko. Amid their journey, they face an attack from a Hawkeye, but Jiro successfully repels it, however, and collapses, dropping her device in the process. suspicion arise when they hear her communication with the enemy Nambucco, which lead them to finally realize that Eren is a traitor who breaks their every information to Nambucco. Jiru confronts her immediately, and Eren confesses that she is an information broker, and that she has also given information to Nambucco as well. Despite the betrayal, Jiru doesn't kill her, as killing will not reduce the damage she has already done, so they leave her and continue their journey, though she warns them about the consequence of leaving her. Meanwhile, back in the palace, Shara is determined to fulfill Nambucco's task. Although her guard stops her saying, "It's too dangerous," she then enters the machine, where at one chamber there is the beast dog, and in another chamber Shara is standing. After that, Dr. Baha begins with his experiment. Soon the lightning effects makes the Shara invisible, causing concern for Shara's guard. Meanwhile, the preparation of war in the continent is going on, where the army is collected, although their young king have decided to safeguard the people of the nation first. On the other hand, as night falls in the Mort Desert, Hiro and his companions grumble about extreme temperatures. But Jiru tell them that they should be ready to spend another 3 nights in the desert before reaching to Nambucco, so they continue their journey from freezing nights to scorching sun. Meanwhile, in the Saint Amoria kingdom, knights are preparing for war, believing that other countries have formed alliance against them and Dragon Zath is under their control. Back in the desert, Harrow and his companions find themselves running out of water, and while searching for water, Papa falls onto a sand hole, inside which they encounter a monster. Jiru instructs Paloopa not to move to avoid sinking deeper, but despite that, Paloopa panics and sinks further, unable to help him. The group is surprised when Eren, the traitor girl, throws a rope to save Papa, and without thinking much, Paloopa catches it. Finally, they saves him by pulling the rope up. Though Paloopa is saved, he remains angry with Eren, and so do Hiro. But Eren tell them that they are drifting away from their destination. She says that at this rate they will die soon. Meanwhile, in the Ishafan kingdom, the king has been praying for 3 days due to the prevailing fear of their neighboring continent, Van Lotus and Amoria aligning against them, as the rumors are spread here too, that Dragon Zath has been captured by their neighboring nations, and soon the king get out of the room. Meanwhile, in the Mort Desert, Harrow's group is caught in a desert storm, causing them to get separated. Soon after the storm evades, and Paloopa regains consciousness, and he finds Eren beside him. She then explains that she has only located Paloopa so far, and have lost the track of others. Despite Paloopa's concern for their companions, Eren suggests heading towards the oasis, believing they might reunite with other there. Eren moves ahead, and in the fear of getting lost, Paloopa follows her too. Jiru then encounters Toti, while Hiro and Sarah are separated from the rest of the group. As they move forward, Paloopa struggles to walk, but declines Eren's offer to carry his backpack. Eren defends herself, explaining that she only sell information to those who's willing pay her higher. She admits that she approached Nambucco, but that was only because she wanted to acquire Grand Troa. But Paloopa is too dried up to hear, and collapses right there. Meanwhile, Harrow is unable to endure the chilling cold weather of the desert, and Sarah seems really concerned for him. The following morning, Eren and Paloopa wakes up. Paloopa notices a bug collecting dew on his body to keep it moist. He tries to mimic the behavior but fails. Meanwhile, Harrow is shivering and desperate in need of water. Unsure of what to do, Sarah catches wind of a lake nearby, and begins to undress. Elsewhere, Jiru carries Toti on his back and spots Eren and Ploppa at a distance, and they reunite as a group once again. Eren suggests to head fast towards Oasis, although Jiru is unsure to trust her or not. They eventually follow her. On the other hand, Sarah collects droplets on her body and offers it to Hiro. That reminds him briefly of his mother. Meanwhile, a Hawkeye watches them from afar, which again give out their location. On the other hand, Jiru and others finally reaches the oasis, and they all run towards it desperately, and jumps into the water. Jiru then provides water to Toti, helping him regain his consciousness. Back at the desert, where Hiro is even struggling to walk and is helped by Sarah, suddenly Sarah spots the beast coming towards them. It's actually Shara, who is now a fusion of the beast dog and herself. She kicks Sarah immediately, and abducts Hiro right before Sarah. Elsewhere, the 3 kingdoms are now standing right before each other, in the verge of beginning the war. On the other hand, Hiro awakens in the Nambucco's palace, where the weapon merchant reveals his true intentions. He says that he plans to revive Dragon Zath. After 10 years, Hiro tell him to give back the Grand Troa or else he will be dead. Unfazed by Hiro's rage, Nambucco mocks him, saying Grand Troa belongs to him. In the moment of anger, Hiro draws his sword at Nambucco, but he effortlessly blocks the attack, And soon Nambuko drops a bombshell of truth, revealing that, in the tragedy 10 years before, it was him who fired the arrow on his father. Nambuko further adds that he had the same plan 10 years ago, to gain profit from the fear of dragon. But his father Bairo didn't let it happen. So he got induced in the group of mage and decided to shoot him, and Nambuko confirms that it was him who drew Hiro's parents to death. This enrages Hiro. Nambuko says that he had no idea that Hiro has dragon's heart, and now that he envy him, because Dragon Zath was powerful, and he saw it himself, as he was present there 10 years back. If he didn't have the dragon blood crystal, he would have died that day too in the huge explosion that devoured everything. He adds that he will revive Dragon Zath no matter what. That's when Hiro lost it all, and screams that, "You killed my parents, and ton of innocent people," and he attacks Nambuko again. But he again swiftly overpowers Hiro. Nambuko says that he doesn't want to kill him, but with Hiro in his hand, he can command Dragon Zath anytime, after which he gives a smirk smile. Meanwhile, Jiru and others are searching for Hiro and Sarah, and Todi advises Eren to use her communication device to speak to Hiro, and when Eren uses it, all they hear is the preparation of war and the fear of Dragon Zath. But suddenly, they hear Sarah's voice calling Hiro. Following the sound they walk ahead, and soon they find Sarah hitting her weapon on the tree, in an attempt to summon the dragon. To their surprise, the dragon actually emerges there. The dragon devours Sarah, and the panic erupts between the group, and as Jiru is about to attack the dragon. Just then, Sarah calms him down and tells them that the dragon will take them to Hiro. Seeing this, Palupa recalls that Sarah first appeared from the dragon mouth only. Further, the party rides on the dragon to reach towards the Nambuko's palace. Meanwhile, inside the palace, Nambuko asks Dr. Baha about the preparation, and he says that it's almost done. Nambuko actually plans to merge the sealing treasure with his device, which will empower him to conquer the continent. However, he tells Nambuko that for getting this power he will have to sacrifice this mansion, determined by his ambitions. Nambuko doesn't mind sacrificing anything and leaves. Meanwhile, Jiru and his group arrives at the Nambuko's palace. They all are surprised to see how the palace feels similar to Demon Lord's palace. Eren then tells them that once the Demon Lord used to rule here. Anyway, their arrival doesn't go unnoticed, and suddenly they are attacked right before landing. The dragon gets slain on the ground by the attack. Surrounded by the guards, the group manages to slip away before they are discovered. They then thinks about the plan to evade capture. The group is now uncertain about how to proceed further, as this is a floating palace, where they don't see any entrance. Just then Dr. Baha reaches there, sensing Sarah. He gets really happy to see Sarah there, and want to take her to a safe place. Dr. Baha then opens a magical door and takes her in. While the other members swipe in as well, they finally reach to Dr. Baha's room, where he is super happy to see Sarah. The group thinks that Dr. Hara is Sarah's father, and are astonished that Summoну who look like Bafa have such a cute-looking daughter. Doctor then drops a bombshell, revealing that Sarah is a magical doll he created himself, and she isn't a human. The group is shocked to hear this, as they didn't know this at all. Palupa now understands the reason Sarah wasn't eating anything at all in their entire journey, and he screams that she should have told them this earlier. Jiru then asks Dr. Baha that why did Nambuko ordered for Sarah's creation, and Dr. Baha says that during the tragedy 10 years back, Nambuko was also there. This shocks Jiru, as he thought only he and Hiro survived in it. But Baha makes it clear that Nambuko survived it too, using the dragon blood crystal, which is made up of blood that drips from Dragon Zath wounds, and Dr. Baha was ordered to create a ultimate soldier using that crystal. But he wanted to spread kindness, so instead of destruction, he gave kindness to Sarah. But Nambuko didn't like it, and he ordered for her destruction, but Doctor didn't want that, so he pretended to destroy Sarah as per Nambuko's order, but actually helped Sarah escape by freezing the magma lake, and that's how she met Hiro afterwards, because Hiro's heart isn't his own. Jiru then tell Doctor that Hiro's heart was replaced with Dragon Zath's heart, and now things are clear to him, as Sarah has a dragon blood crystal inside her, which drew her towards Hiro's heart. Soon the doctor tell them that Nambuko is going to take advantage of this invention to summon Dragon Zath, so he asks Sarah to escape somewhere safer, but she refuses to abandon Hiro in this difficult situation. When the doctor insists, Sarah for the first time disobeys him and runs away from the place. Baha cannot understand it, and worries that Sarah might have a sense of self now, and begs the group to take care of Sarah. Jiru assures him that they will. Soon Sarah finds a way to find Hiro, and they all follows her. And finally, They reach before a big magic stone. The group soon finds themselves in a difficult situation as they are confronted by Nambuko and Shera. Hiro immediately plead them to leave the place, but they refuse to abandon them. Sarah then offers herself in exchange for Hiro's release. However, Nambuko reveals that he need both Hiro and Sarah for his plan, and force her come with them. Soon Nambuko takes Hiro and Sarah to the tragic place, Balbagoa, and as Jiro sees it, he gets up front to fight, but is confronted by Shera. Soon Nambuko reaches to Balbagoa and tells Hiro that this is the same place where he lost his parents 10 years ago. Meanwhile, the armies are standing at their respective positions to begin fighting. Soon, the eclipse casts its shadow over Balbagoa, and the moon finally turns purple. And that's when Nambuko's sinister plan reaches its climax. With the convergence of celestial events, Nambuko intends to utilize all the gathered magic power to fuse soldiers of Three Kingdom with the essence of Dragon Zath. Meanwhile, the sphere surrounding Nambuko's mansion starts sealing shut, and finally traps everyone inside it. And Shera says that, with the closing of the sphere, she will send all the power of the palace to Balbagoa, believing Nambuko will never let her die. However, Nambuko sends a message to everyone in the palace, declaring that everyone in the mansion will become part of his grand scheme. With this chilling revelation, the situation becomes worse among everyone present inside the palace, as that all are caught in Nambuko's grasp. He further adds that he wants them to cry in agony and fear, because that will give power to his reactor even more. As the situation escalates within the mansion, Shara's initial confidence turns to rage. As she realizes the true extent of Nambuko's plan, she gets furious and cries out of pain, as after doing everything for Nambuko, he betrayed her. Soon Dr. Baha gets there too, and Jiro asks if he can take them out of the palace, but Baha denies, saying he cannot use the magic inside the sphere now, because his true body is already in Balbagoa, and this is just a doll form. Soon Dr. Baha, who's already present at Balbagoa, confronts Nambuko, and he warns him not to use Sarah in his plan, or else he will stop the reactor, but Nambuko immediately attacks him, causing him to collapse. Nambuko, seizing the opportunity, uses his magic to summon Sarah and commands her to obey his orders. Sarah, under Nambuko's control, gets towards him and he uses some immense lightning magic on her, causing her to go through a drastic transformation. She becomes a vessel of Nambuko. When Hiro tries to approach her, Nambuko says that he has used magic that will make her obey him entirely. He then orders Sarah to fight Hiro and summon the evil dragon from within him. Sarah does exactly the same and starts striking Hiro. Meanwhile, Nambuko's palace starts crumbling, engulfing the people inside it. Inside the sphere, Palupa desperately seeks Momo's assistance. However, Momo demands a high price for her help, leaving Palupa and others pull together whatever resources they have. In a desperate bid for survival, Jiro asks Shera to come along with them and guide them to Balbagoa. In the middle of the chaos inside the sphere, Momo prepares to fire the magic cannon, hoping to create an opening for their escape. With a powerful blast, the cannon pierces the sphere, allowing Papa, Jiro and others to flee to safety in Balbagoa. Meanwhile, in Balbagoa, Hiro stands on the brink of transformation into a dragon. After that, Nambuko orders Sarah for one last attack, and when she does, Hiro is already enraged enough that he transforms completely into the dragon, furious and enraged entirely by Nambuko's manipulation. Hiro launches an attack. However, just before he could unleash a power attack on Sarah, Jiro and the rest of the group arrive at the location, intervening the two to prevent further conflict. As Jiro moves to approach Hiro and Sarah to stop them, Shera stops and blocks his path. Despite the betrayal from Nambuko, Shera remains loyal to him and stops Jiro from going ahead. On the other hand, Nambuko himself witnesses the unfolding battle between Hiro and Sarah with a satisfaction, as that's what he wanted. Hiro tries hurting Sarah, but all his strikes are weak. Just then Sarah pushes him away with her tendrils, and Nambuko orders her to kill Hiro. Sarah then catches Hiro on her tendrils, preventing him from further damages. She then pins him to the ground. Meanwhile, Jiro comes to rescue Hiro, but Shara intervenes, preventing him from helping. Meanwhile, Sarah, who has restrained Hiro completely, gets close to him and tries delivering a fatal blow, but suddenly, Sarah is hurled away by an unseen force, revealing the appearance of Dragon Zath, who shields Hiro from any harm, and as Nambuko witnesses it, he activates his magic reactor and then he processes to imprison Dragon Zath within the Grand Troa, intending to fuse himself with the dragon, using magic reactor. As the fusion process commences, a tremendous surge of energy emanates from Balbagoa, signaling the beginning of the fusion. However, instead of utilizing the soldiers as planned, Nambuko himself goes further. To sacrifice himself, Chara tries to stop him, but she is swiped away from the immense power. The intensity of power is so high that even Hiro swirls away in it. At last, Nambuko becomes one with Dragon Zath, and their fusion is completed. Everyone stays stunned, witnessing it. As Dr. Baha witnesses Nambuko's unexpected move, he panics. Meanwhile, Hiro, driven by surge of power within him, strikes at Nambuko, but Nambuko easily overpowers him, sending him flying away. But just before he is about to collapse, he witnesses a dream, where his father and mother urges him to complete the task. This snaps him back, and he collapses down. After he gets up, he strikes again, but again, Nambuko hits him mercilessly, throwing him away on the ground. Feeling the urgency of the situation, Eren holds Baha and tell him to do something. As both Eren and Toti implore Baha, he instructs them to retrieve the magical reactor and disrupt the ongoing ritual. As Sarah regains consciousness, she finds Hiro still lying vulnerable, while Nambuko prepares to unleash the final blow, harnessing Dragon Zath's true power. Meanwhile, Dr. Baharan and Toti act swiftly to take control of the reactor, and they initiate the destruction of the reactors. With their timely intervention, the flow of the power eventually gets disrupted. This throws Nambuko's plan into disarray. Hiro wakes up to thinking they did it, but despite their efforts, Nambuko remains undeterred and persists carrying out the destructive intentions. He summons the soul-destroying flame and unleashes it on Hiro. This creates a huge explosion, just not on Bulbagoa, but on the soldiers standing for war. Nambuko stands unflinched, witnessing the power, but just then, he notices Sarah and Hiro both alive. But just in that moment, Nambuko hits Sarah from behind, breaking the dragon blood crystal she persisted, which kept her alive. Hiro and the other watches Sarah falls, giving her sacrifice for Hiro. Hiro carries her on the lap, and screams out of pain of losing her. In the moment of desperation, Hiro summons all his power and cuts one arm of Nambuko. Driven by grief, anger, and the sacrifice of Sarah, Hiro finds the courage to strike again, and pierces his heart with his sword. Nambuko is in complete disbelief that a mere human could inflict such a wound to a dragon. After this, Nambuko collapses, and Hiro goes straight to Sarah, who's lying unconscious. Just in a while, Dragon Zath revive again in his former form, and Hiro is in disbelief that he doesn't have enough power to face him now. But then he sees the similar heart symbol on the dragon's chest, and he knows that if he pierce his own heart, dragon will fall automatically. But he suddenly remembers that no, they have Grand Troa. He asks Toti to give him that, and with Grand Troa in his hands, now, Hiro summons all his remaining strength and courage and forms a sword out of it. With that, he flies towards Dragon Zath, and with the help of the sword, he wields Koka blade in it, and strikes at Dragon's heart, which makes a massive explosion. With that, the dragon's form begins to tremble as the blade pierces through the dragon. Hiro's heart is released from the dragon's grasp, and in that moment, Hiro welcomes his heart back, feeling the burden from his heart has lifted. As he is about to embrace his restored self, he suddenly gazes upon the lifeless form of Sarah, and soon he approaches her and makes a decision of transferring his own heart into Sarah. And just as he does it, a miraculous transformation occurs in her body, and soon Sarah comes back to life. With a gentle warmth, Hiro's heart beat once again into her, which makes Hiro happy. Soon, the dragon's form begins to disappear, vanishing into a shower of graceful light that scatter in the sky above. Amid this, Palupa reaches for the remains of Grand Troa, and his eyes glow with the thought of selling it and getting richer. Meanwhile, Toti and Eren gets there too with their own wishes, and they start fighting over it. In that chaos, the Grand Troa falls down and breaks into pieces. Then Jiru uncovers the truth that it's not Grand Troa, but just the sealing treasure of Lord Byro. Palupa struggles to accept it. However, Jiru explains that Hiro's hidden magical power allowed him to wield it effectively. And this was exactly what Master Theo said, that Hiro is a great magician. Meanwhile, Hiro is in tears seeing Sarah alive again. Despite this, Sarah searches for Dr. Baha, but Palupa tell her that he is no more. In the struggle of protecting her, he didn't survive. This leads the stream of tears in Sarah's eyes. Just then, they notices that the armies of 3 continents are retrieving back, signaling the end of conflict, and it was because of Eren's intervention. She had some connection with the king of the armies, the young king of Van Lotus, the loin king of Amoria, and fairy king of Ishilfine, and she informed them everything about Nambuko's plan, which led them to retreat back. Soon Momo arrives there as well, reminding them of their debts. On the other hand, Chara is in tears, but soon her loyal soldiers get to her, who tell her that they are finally free from those evil bond of Namco, and she is finally a free girl. This makes her happy and empowered, and she finally understands that she has a bright future ahead of her. Soon the group travel back together, and Sarah feels very happy that she has the heart inside her that belongs to Hiro. But Hiro corrects her by holding her hands that it's her heart now, and they both shares a beautiful moment together, which led the group to tease Hiro that now he gotta protect Sarah. After all, she holds his heart now, making things awkward for Hiro. Finally, Hiro gives back the crest to Toti, saying he wanted it more than him, which makes him super happy. Despite the bonte between the group, when Jiru asks Hiro on what's he gonna do next, he simply says that he will train more as a swordsman. Despite being exceptionally good in magic, he refused to be called as a mage and declares that he will always be a wandering swordsman. That's all for today. If you want the next part, comment next part. We'll make it once this video hits 10,000 likes. Also, tell us which character you like the most in the comments. And thanks for watching, you guys are the best.